Okay, welcome back to another one of my videos. Basically, a couple of my friends and that were talking about what we thought of the music industry, the way it's gone over the years, and obviously we're older musicians and music lovers. But for me, um, I just found the music in general got simpler, and whereas whereas the music gets simpler, the technology gets more advanced, and it's just kind of confuses me a little bit. We've got obviously downloading and the cell phone thing and music puzzles me. Here we have bands spending tons and tons of money on recording gear and studios, famous bands, spending millions of dollars to record albums to get the best sound quality. And this goes for movies too. You get a movie, that costs, tons and tons of millions of dollars to get the best quality of the video and the sound, and then everybody downloads it to their phone and watches it. And that's just mind-boggling to me. Here you have a little phone this big, trying to listen to songs and watch movies. A screen this big, where these people have spent millions of dollars trying to get the best sound quality as possible. That's just screwy, because you're just not going to hear it. I guess the term would be fidelity. You're not going to hear the fidelity in the music. And a lot of bands that I've read articles on, it kind of bums them out too, because they, like say, bands like Rush who spend their time getting the instrumentation right and the sound. And when you used to get a Rush album, it was like, wow, this quality is phenomenal. I mean, they still do that, but when listeners listen to it through a phone or some small little puny half-assed piece of digital crap, and you're missing so much. I don't know, it just seems that people don't understand that. For me, it's like the technology part of it's excluding cell phones, which I think are just a waste of time. But the recording part of it has made it possible for all us musicians to record at home, get a half-decent product. I mean, if you're going to listen to a song on the phone, it doesn't really matter if you spend $1 million in the studio or do it in the basement, really, because it's still going to be funneled down to some tiny little speaker on a screen this big. So why not, have a home studio where you can record half-decent stuff? Because in the end of it, at the end of the food chain, we'll say, obviously the consumer doesn't seem to care. It's not like the old days where you'd buy an album and people were actually trying to get the best sound quality. I don't know what year that changed, but it's actually changed. So that's sad, but good for musicians, because now high-tech digital equipment is a little more affordable, and we can actually record at home and put it online for people to hear and download or pay to download. My thing with music in general, I'm going to speak for rock music, because rock music is, to me, is just taking a big trip down the toilet. And I don't know who to blame for that, but I find the music just so simplistic, and I don't know why. I don't know where that all come from. It used to be bands were building up the musicianship and getting better and better. I mean, it obviously changed with the grunge thing, but after the grunge thing, it just really declined. My problem is structure, music structure. You can take a lot of the bands that actually are famous right now and their songs. You can count a bar, and then there's a chord change. Count the bar, and a chord change. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 chord change. 1, 2, 3, 4 chord change. It's just that simple. It's boring, absolutely boring. And you know what? There's no melodic finger picking in the guitar playing. I mean, sure there are bands, but where I'm talking the stuff that is jammed down your throat on radio, on top 40 radio. You know, it's just bizarre to me. It's like, and then vocals are the same. It's like they either come out screaming, and then they come to the middle of the song, and then they get really quiet. They're still doing 1, 2, 3, 4 bar chord, 1, 2, 3, 4 bar chord. It, you know, all the songs sound like they just came out of the same box. Very disheartening. There's so many bands, underground bands, that are being overlooked, we'll say, for this crap, which it's crap. Most of it is. But I don't know. I don't know where that all came from. I know, you know, guitar leads. You don't hear guitar leads. I mean, not on radio, top 40 radio stuff. Guitar leads gone. And why? What's the point of that? You can add a guitar lead. It takes what, 30 seconds of the song. It gives you know, a little more excitement to a song. I mean, guitar leads have been in decades of music. But I mean, I remember just, you know, each decade you wanted to hear a guitar hero come out, and now, what guitar hero? You know, they're either buried on, you know, the backside of underground music, or, you know, it's just not on popular radio. That's puzzling. Drums, same deal. There are some good drummers there, but in the top 40, it's most of the stuff's programmed. It's either, you know, it's programmed by some studio geek that, you know, programmed same beat. There's just no soul in it. I mean, all this techno stuff, well, that's basically the modern disco, but it's not even using real musicians for the most part. But for the rock music, very disappointed in past few years of bands. Some still sneak out, like there's a band called Rival Sons, great band. Got a little bit of Zeppelin roots and a few other good bands, and doing really well right now, but I don't think you'll hear them on top 40 radio. But you know, I hope it takes a swing, you know, back to the positive. Rock music has definitely taken a hit the past few years. Even lyrically, okay, some of the stuff is actually not too bad, but for anything really tasty and memorable, you have to find the underground bands, you know. I found Reverb Nation actually great for discovering music. It's just full of independent artists. So if you ever, you know, doing some searching online, check out Reverb Nation. A lot of bands give their songs away for free. You know, that's another thing. You know, local bands like in my area, lots of bands writing original music, which is great. Not a lot of venues to play it, unfortunately, but they're all searching up the internet, and Reverb Nation being one site where you can upload and, you know, create a somewhat half-decent site and either sell your music or give it away free. Me, I give it away free, and you can offer it free online. You know, you're on Facebook and you got like 500 people friends, and you know, you post it up there, and you know, out of your 500 so-called friends, 10 people will download a song that's given to them for free. It's like, you know, it's kind of sad, really, but you try, you keep plugging away, and eventually some people listen to it. But radio music for me is just horrible now. It's hard for me to listen to, you know, a half hour of radio, and it has nothing to do with maybe this band sucks or not. It has to do with just the way song structure is. You know, I don't know if it's the producers doing that, but you know, there's such a thing as being too simple and too dull. I mean, you got all these schools teaching music and degrees in music. It's like, can we elevate this just a bit? You know, are people listening that simple-minded that you can't grasp something more technical? And it's like, Well, I know a lot of people that are musicians that love technical music, and technical music doesn't have to sound dull and boring either. And I mean, those bands still sneak out, but yeah, I'm kind of puzzled by that. I don't think anybody, knows the answer as the decade shift happens in the music industry. I know MTV helped kill a lot of it. It's sad to say. I don't even think they're you can call them a video network anymore. It's pretty bad. It's sad because you look at MTV and they started this great thing, which was a great thing at the start. And so they got all the bands involved, these bands spending millions of dollars on videos to help promote their song, and then all of a sudden, it seemed like overnight to say, they let all their bands down, let all these people down. They just said, okay, we're changing the format now, and thanks a lot, have a nice life, because it's horrible now. So they kind of, basically, I think, dropped the ball on that. They had a good thing, and so that now they've gone to all this reality bullshit TV that's everywhere, which is absolutely rotting people's brains. Too much redneck stuff. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, let's just start a show where we don't have to write. We don't have to create music. We just let people just live their lives on screen. It's like, aren't you just sick of that? Because you can go into work every day and hear the same thing, but then you come home and watch TV and it's exactly what you just left. It's like recycled all the time. I don't get it. Does anybody get it? I don't know. I don't. But the music part, it's got its pluses and minuses for the technical side of things. I think I just will not understand how we're striving to get this best technical quality on one end of it to give it to the audiences, yet the audiences are going backwards in time and using crappy little devices to listen and watch all this stuff. Don't understand it. I'm using this little digital camera just to get my messages across. The camera is like $200 and something, but I would never record my song on it and try and sell it. You're getting this for free, and that's basically all it's worth, quality wise. But to go see a movie that was that cost $250 million to make, and then watch it on a $30 phone, what is wrong with that? So that's it for now, for this little spiel, my little rant, and we'll see you on the next video.